I did say on a recent video that I was going to leave these potatoes for a bit longer, but I've noticed one that is very much worse for wear, and I also forgot to top it up with compost. So maybe there's not going to be as many potatoes in this one as I'm hoping for. So I'm going to empty another one today and see what we get out of that. But before we do that, I just want to mention something about your onions. That's our onions at the moment. We've actually got some pretty good sized ones in there and a few weeds. Doesn't really matter at this stage though. But now these tops have fallen over, you can see that they're starting to go yellow and brown. And the thing about that is, once that starts to happen, you need to stop watering your onions. Because if you give them too much water at this stage while they're bulbing up, you might end up with soft onions, and then they're not going to store very well at all. So I just thought I'd point that out. So I won't be watering these onions until they're ready to harvest, and that is not going to be very long at all. When you consider the size of them at the moment. Just having a quick look at this pepper plant. We've got some good sized peppers on here, to be fair. And if we turn it around, there's loads. That is not bad for a very small container pepper plant. Let's hope that these make it to ripening stage, because sometimes they can get blossom end rot, but I do have a way to fix that, and we'll cover that in another video. We've finally got ripening tomatoes on this tomato plant as well. They're ready to pick. We can ripen them more indoors. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing with these red onions. Just stop watering them now. And as I said before, I'm quite pleased with progress. That is a really good sized one. So let's get on with this potato reveal. I'll show you a plant that we've got in mind today, and I think that you'll agree it's definitely ready to go. That's the plant that we're looking at. It's completely dying back. But as I mentioned earlier, I forgot to fill this container to the top, so we might not get as many potatoes out of there as I'd hope, but there's only one way to find out. So let's cut these tops off. Away with the tops and hopefully out with the potatoes. We'll see. Well, to be honest, there doesn't look much of anything from this side except that little one. We'll keep it. So let's get straight in and take this top away. I've just mentioned not watering your onions, and it's just started raining, but on we go. Not too bad. Well, I think we've got a few more than I was expecting. Again, some tiny ones there, but there's quite a few that I haven't had time to grow yet. But that is definitely worth it. Really nice sized potato, that. And so is this one. We are getting a few, but I don't think we're going to get much in the way of weight. There's another really nice one. And a couple more. Still not too bad. As long as they keep coming, I'm happy. Considering there was probably only about 10 litres of compost in that container. They've not done bad at all. I think that might be it. So a quick clear up. I'll give those potatoes a wash and then we'll get them weighed. I was a bit dubious when we started emptying that container due to the fact that I didn't fill that container to the top, but for the sake of leaving it for an extra couple of weeks, I think it's worked out fine. That's basically what we took. But just for the sake of a couple of weeks, we've come out with potatoes that size, and I'll take those all day long. I noticed one had got a bit of green on it, and that's because it was at the top and it got uncovered, and that's what happens to your potatoes if the sun gets on them. They'll turn green and then you can't eat them. But now we'll do the important bit. We're going to weigh them, see exactly what we got. As highest container weight has been 3.4 pounds. So if we get anywhere near that, I'm still going to be pleased. So let's get these in. We've still got a lot of these really nice small ones. So I'll tie this bag up and we'll see what results we got. Turn on the scales and then reset them to 0. There we go. Just let it settle, and that's the result. 2.39 pounds of potatoes from a very small container, and I'm pleased with that. So once again, it proves what you can get from a very small container with a very small amount of compost in. And these potatoes have only been growing for around 17 weeks, so that's not a bad result at all. So for this season, that's his third container reveal that we've done, but we have got 3 more, and these 3 have still got a bit of green growth on them. Parts of the plant are starting to die back, but I'm definitely going to wait until they've completely died back so we can get bigger potatoes like we did on this harvest. Anyway, thank you very much for being part of the channel. I really do appreciate it, and if you want to see what's in those other potato containers, then please hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.